So today we're going to go through Lovable and see if this AI tool for website development is actually good. We'll see what its benefits are, what are the limitations, if we can actually use it to expedite our web design work, or maybe we can just replace everything that we're doing with Lovable and forget about our old methods of building websites and completely transition into this AI world. Maybe today is the day, I'm not sure. My client has recommended me for us to evaluate Lovable and asked me to check it out and tell me what I'm thinking about it. So I thought, hey, why not make a YouTube video about it? Yesterday was the first time that I've heard about Lovable. I've never heard about Lovable before. So this is going to be real-time, live, unedited, untampered video of real life evaluation with Lovable. The first thing that we're going to check out is the pricing. We use ChatGPT for a lot of programming right now. ChatGPT is an okay tool when it comes to web development. It has a lot of limitations and problems, but yeah, it's a very difficult relationship right now with ChatGPT. But let's check out this AI tool. So and by the way, we have a premium plan with ChatGPT. It's not free plan. So the free version of Lovable allows us to some kind of credits, free for everybody, public projects up to 20 collaborators, okay. Designed for fast-moving teams. So we're not really into teams right now. Some kind of credits. I'm not sure what the credits are for. Okay. Private projects, user roles and permissions, custom domains. Looks like this one is something that you can actually publish a website. Again, I don't know. Are we going to export HTML files into my own hosting, or do we have to use Lovable for hosting? I don't know. We'll check it out. So we have the business, SSO, personal project, training, design, templates. So now we're dealing with design templates here for business. $50 per month. I'm not sure if we have to. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. And enterprise, yeah, flexible billing. So the prices, I don't know because I don't really understand what all of this is about. So we're going to get started with a free plan. I don't see any benefits to actually go into a pro or a business plan. Really, at this point, they really need to work on their description to make it a bit more clear as to what each plan entails. If you understood everything, good job, but I did not. I am really down to foundations. I really want to make sure that we can understand the foundational offers, and they have not relayed those foundational offers clear enough, in my opinion. So I'm going to go through real quick and create an account for myself. So we're going to go click create an account. Looks like fairly simple. I'm going to add my email address, peter@webbaker.com, and then we're just going to use some kind of password. All right, create your account. Let's give it a go. We'll see how fast this thing will create an account. Check your inbox. Okay, of course, we need to make sure that we can double check and verify our account. Going to add the password to our password system so that we are able to see the passwords. Let's go here. Yeah, it's redirecting. And I guess this link can be closed now. And what's your name? Peter. Let's do light mode. I don't like dark modes. They're difficult on my eyes. I like that we can customize that. Friend, my customer, actually. So that's going to be, let's do client work and developer. Design SaaS, really? Okay, let's do landing page first. We're not going to invite anybody, so we're just going to use it ourselves. And we have an account. Okay, good. So how do we use it? Looks like it's fairly simple. we need to give it a prompt. And what else? Workspace for community. Okay, so no projects found. Do I create a project? If there's projects, I don't know. So let's create a prompt. Build me a website for a company, for a farm that offers organic certified produce in Central PA. Let's have a look at what it will generate for us. So going to start very basic. We're just going to see what this thing will create. More importantly, I want to see what kind of script it will put together and how we can use that script. Okay, I'll create a beautiful farm website. Okay, design inspiration. That's fine. I don't really care right now at this point. I want to see the code. Okay, it's doing something. I'm going to put this on pause until it actually produces something. So right now it's 11:38. We'll see how long it takes to create a design for us. Okay, it has generated a design for us, and to be honest, I would say from the first view I'm pretty happy with it. Looks really good. So we have a really nice hero image, and we've got navigation menu. I wonder how it's going to program shop functionality. Okay, shop now button doesn't work. Of course it will not, because it's probably going to be really complicated to build an AI tool that would actually support e-commerce functionality. They're probably not there yet. It's going to take a while for anybody to create shopping experience. But in terms of the landing page and the way that it looks, so far I'm happy. But how does it respond to mobile devices? See if I can. How can I preview this in mobile version? Looks like I don't see mobile version option here. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this is the mobile version. Okay, but I want to squish it down further. I want to really reduce it down further so that the navigation menu collapses into a mobile view. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Okay, looks good. Looks good. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like ideal, but it's not bad at all. Let's see if we can publish this and see what we get. So we're going to publish, so we have the preview, published website, okay, but I want to see, I want to take it to my server. I don't want to use Lovable as a hosting space. We can publish, okay, it's going to publish it, but where is my script? I want to make modifications to the script. Okay, so we have a link. Let's copy a link. Let's just go and have a look at it. So it's going to put this into a subdomain, which is fine. Spect. Let's just really go through the transitions here. So we're going to reduce the screen size. It restructures, continues to restructure. And I mean, there's a few problems with it, not major ones, but there are still things that are not like ideal when it comes to development. For example, like this button here just blends in too much. When you navigate over this button, see, shop fresh produce, the contrast is not there. When you hover over this, it just blends in and hides behind the background. So small things like that that really need to be updated for this website to be to be rendered as finished product. Of course, AI generated image should probably be modified. Shop now button needs to be removed. About takes us to the About Us page. Let's say if we want to have scroll up button to take a person up to the top. Anyway, so we need to be able to make modifications to this. I wonder how we can edit things. Like if we're going to, generally my observation with AI, if you may ask it to change something, it's going to change the whole thing. We'll see how well this one responds to prompt. Shop fresh produce has bad contrast. Make a button that stands out better. Okay, let's see what it will do and how long it will take to process this. Meanwhile, I want to see what's happening with code. Okay, so yeah, things like this will be kind of difficult to preview. I don't see really much change to this. And that's what we've experienced with AI tools. It's very difficult to get the prompts to actually do what you want. But let's see if we can use this code that it has generated for us and actually publish it. This code is something else. So we have different packages, and let's go to files. Index.html. So it looks like we're retrieving data, and TypeScript is used here. To be honest, I'm not really familiar with TypeScript. I know how to work with HTML, CSS, PHP, a little bit of JavaScript. I have a developer on my team that works with JavaScript more than I do. But I have never actually worked with TypeScript, something that is not really used too often. So that's one of the potential problems that might happen with modification to this website, is finding a developer that will be able to work with TypeScript. It's not too common with developers, and if you do find a developer, the price tag for his services will probably be a little bit on the high side. It's a lot easier to find a developer for PHP or HTML. Okay, so I'm looking at the script. We do have the code. I'm not seeing any options here to export everything, which is what I would like to see. I would like to see an option to export all of the code. I don't see that option here. Let me do a prompt. Can you export all of the code in a zip file for me? Okay, so it does not export code. I need to have a GitHub. Okay, I guess I'll have to do it through GitHub. So I put a video on pause. It took a while for me to get authentication from GitHub. I finally got a two-step verification code. And organizations. I don't really like that I'm giving it all of the access to my GitHub, to be honest. But yeah. Okay, so here we have code. Right, so I think from a premium plan, it's going to stay in Lovable. I can add a domain if I add a domain here, but to be honest, making customizations to this code is going to be a nightmare, especially that I don't really work with TypeScript at all. And I'm not about to go and find a developer that does work with TypeScript, because it's just going to take a while, and I don't want to pay so much money for a developer that does work with TypeScript. That's one thing. Another thing is, if we're going to go and look at the website, let's have a look at the contact form. Okay, so there is no contact form. Yeah, leaving the emails like this is a really bad idea. You're going to get so much spam. It's insane. I don't see an ability to edit this directly. I don't want to create a ton of prompts telling, hey, in the box where the email is located on the right hand side, can you change the email address from this to that? It's just going to take crazy amount of time to modify everything to a website that I can actually use. It would be nice if I could just type here directly and make modifications to the website. Like things like removal of shop now button is important. Change of logo. Yeah. I mean, as a template, it's nice, but to make it usable, it's going to take a lot of time. To make it usable, we'll need to modify the code. That's going to be the fastest way. I don't want to mess with millions and millions of prompts. Well, not millions, but you get the idea. A lot of prompts to modify the website. So I can actually download this code now and publish it on my website again. I've never worked with TypeScript before, so it's going to be an experiment. We're going to log in into our server, create a subdomain, and launch it and see what happens. Okay, there we go. So we have just deployed a new space on our server called lovable.webacre.com. webacre.com. So that's where we're going to upload the scripts. Connection is not private. That's what I hate about it, because sometimes I actually have to go through Cloudflare and configure SSL certification. Let's see if we can really quickly get an SSL together through Let's Encrypt. That would be good. Okay, yeah, we'll just quickly use Let's Encrypt, but a better process would be to use Cloudflare SSL certification. Okay, so we're going to go to files. We have HTTP docs. When we load the lovable.webacre.com, you see this Plesk screen. This is this index.html file that creates it. We're going to remove it. As soon as I remove this file, we'll see that it's going to give us some default page of forbidden, that it doesn't have any content. Over here, we're going to upload the zip file that we have just downloaded through GitHub. So first of all, if you want to deploy it elsewhere, at least right now from what I'm seeing, it's not as easy as 1, 2, 3. Definitely something that can be done by a web developer, but not somebody who does not know how to program. Let's extract the files. And I want to make sure that we extract it in HTTP docs. Yep, that's where it needs to go. And then we're going to remove this zip file. Remove. And then content from here, we need to move it all to the root directory. More specifically to the HTTP docs directory. So we're going to move HTTP docs, okay. And now inside HTTP docs we have this file that can be just removed. And technically it should work. Let's check it out. Oop, it doesn't work. And it doesn't work. Why does it not work? Probably doesn't work because some kind of server incompatibility with the TypeScript that was used. Yeah, it's not as easy as just dropping files into a server, into a hosting account and seeing the website. It's a lot more complicated, and I'm not exactly sure what needs to be done. We'll need to reach out to my expert in JavaScript. TypeScript is a little different from it, but he should be able to figure it out and get it to work. But the thing is that he's going to spend a good hour on it, just trying to get it to work, and going through the code, trying to figure out what goes where and how things are connected. To be honest, I don't really have time for that. We have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of websites to build, and I don't want to spend all of this time going through all of this code and just trying to get this website to work. So I'm just going to end it at this. At this time, from what I'm seeing, again, I'm not an expert in Lovable. Maybe there is a way to make this work. I'm pretty sure developers of Lovable have thought it through, but from me being a web developer that has built quite a bit of websites, I see a lot of challenges from a customer's perspective, from somebody who never built websites before. It gives you a really nice picture initially. It's a nice responsive website from what I see here, but I need to really dive into responsiveness a bit more. But making edits to this seemed to be a bit of a challenge, and I don't want to be stuck to Lovable. In all honesty, it's really important that you manage your own code yourself, and you can back it up and you can move it around from server to server. So I love the fact that you can actually export the code. Like with Wix, you cannot export the code, and that is a huge drawback. With Lovable, you can export the code, which is awesome. But making modifications to that code will require a really good developer. So yeah, and probably a lot of time, because it's not your standard really clean, really nice HTML, CSS code where everything just flows really easily and everything is very accessible and editable. No, this one it has a lot of includes, so it includes a lot of data in a lot of different places. So making modifications to this is going to be quite a challenge. Like to make this one page, you can have a look, like one page that we typically build, one page website has one file called index.php, and it has one CSS file, and it might have a few more files to make that email connection work so that a person can send emails. That's it. Look at this amount of code here. Look at so many files that go into making this one page work. This is just your root directory. When we go into source, we have all sorts of additional code here. Inside pages, we have additional code. Inside library, we have utilities, and we have some kind of hooks. We have some kind of comments. Inside of it we have humongous amount of additional data, which I have no clue what it does. So yeah, you can just imagine how difficult it would be to go through all of this and make simple changes. Yeah, definitely not ready. I'm not ready to use this. It's going to be way too much time. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult to manage. It's going to be difficult to maintain. There's a lot better ways to build websites right now, using things like advanced custom fields. If you're using WordPress, if you're building standalone websites, which this is a standalone website, doesn't have a back-end administration system, I would, from what I see at least, just diving into it, you don't need that much code to run a single-paged website. Alright, so I'm going to end it at this. Let me know if this was helpful. This is a video that's completely not sponsored by anybody, something that I've just decided to go in, have a look, and send this video to my client so my client can actually see what's happening with the website and how it works, and what things I have discovered with it, and hopefully it will bring some value to the rest of the development community and public in general. And in terms of the web development, our company does website development. Our company is called webacre.com. If you're looking for high quality website design and development management, we also offer consulting services. So if you need consultations for your website, how to improve it, how to make it load faster. My website is a little bit dated. We need to update it. But in general, you can also reach out to us through our website. And I know we need to update it. I have an email here, which is horrible to actually have an email like this. But surprisingly, Google keeps up with spam, so it kind of blocks quite a bit of spam. But yeah, this is not good. Never leave your email like this. It needs to be as a picture, or it needs to go directly to a contact form so that the Google bots, the bots of spammers are not going to be able to harvest your email from your website. Again, this website is old. There is a lot of things that we need to update on it, so we probably need to rebuild it at some time. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. You know where to reach me, where to find me, and hopefully this was helpful. I'm going to delete my account now from Lovable, and we'll continue working on different methodologies for building websites that allow us to build websites way faster and gives us ability to modify them easy.